Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me once again today for another lesson in astrology. Today is lesson 9, I believe, the zodiac sign of Sagittarius. The information that I am about to share with you has been obtained from a variety of books and internet research. If any of you are interested in what books I have used to obtain this information, I have put links to them in the description box below if you might want to purchase them. I will still be doing tarot card readings on this channel. This is something that I'm doing simply in addition for those of you who are interested in learning more about astrology. You need to know before I start that you most likely will not have all of the traits or qualities that I am about to mention for Sagittarius. That is because you have a sun, a moon, and a rising sign, and a whole bunch of other stuff in your chart, and you are a combination of all of them. If you do not know what your moon and your rising signs are, or you've never done your chart before, I've also put a link in the description box below where you can get a free astrology chart. Since I'm in the process of learning astrology, I would like to know if the information that I am telling you is true. So if you do have Sagittarius heavily in your chart, whether sun, moon, or rising, I would appreciate if you could leave me a comment below with a percentage rate. How much of these traits, like 50% if you feel like you resonate with half of the qualities, or 75% if you feel like you resonate with most of them. And if there is a subject in astrology that you are interested in learning more about, leave that in the comment section below as well. I just may pick your topic and research it and let you know what I find out. I've had a lot of comments for the sun, moon, and rising to be explained, and I've also noticed on my calendar this morning that we are approaching Mercury retrograde. And that's a big one that I'm actually interested in learning a little bit more about it myself. So after we finish the zodiac signs, we might throw in a Mercury retrograde before we start on the planets, and a sun, moon, and rising. Anyway, I'm just keeping you up to date for those of you who are following me. And enough of my chit chat. Let's get started with today's astrology lesson, Sagittarius. The facts first. Sagittarius, the dates are November 22nd to December 21st. Sagittarius is a fire mutable sign. Fire is taking action, passion, excitement, and mutable means that that is the sign that finishes the season. So Sagittarius finishes fall, and then Capricorn starts winter. Also, a mutable sign, I just learned, is flexible and can adapt to any situation. They actually like change. So let's start off with the fact that they're ruled by Jupiter, the most benefic planet, and also the planet of protection. A Sagittarius somehow manages to always be at the right place at the right time. Lady Luck will come to their rescue. Opportunities will magically appear, like exactly when they need something. Also, if you are a Sagittarius, Jupiter is the planet of expansion. So you would need to be cautious of overindulgence issues. Alcohol is a big one because Sagittarius rules the liver. So you need to be very cautious with that. But overindulgence can be overeating as well. It can be over shopping. It can be over smoking. It's just that whatever you do, you're going to do in a big way. So you just need to be, a little careful of those things. Sagittarius is always on the go, either physically or mentally. They do rule long distance travel, so you will find that they take a lot of trips. They just want to travel and they want to meet new and interesting people. They live their life on fast forward. A Sagittarius needs constant excitement. They hate anything that is routine and boring and dull. You will actually find that they will become irritable if they are bored. They're known to be energetic and curious and restless. They just want to constantly explore. They're very eager to keep moving on to the next thing. They want to see things they've never seen, do things they've never done. They actually enjoy a constant change of scenery. It's like every day is an adventure to them. The world is their oyster, and their destination is always unknown. They very rarely get depressed, and if they do, they won't be unhappy for long. Dark clouds for them disappear quickly. This is because they're very optimistic about the future. If something does go wrong, they will most likely say, oh well, tomorrow's another day. They just always look on the bright side of life. They always see the glass as half full. They do tend to make impulsive decisions, but they don't even worry about their decisions, because if they get into something and they're unhappy, then they'll just move on. You'll probably never hear a Sagittarius say it just is what it is, because they don't feel that way. They feel if you're unhappy, then you can do something about it. Because of their freedom-loving spirit, you will find that Sagittarius does not like to commit to anything. The word commitment is not in their vocabulary. They like to keep their schedule totally clear all of the time, just in case something interesting may come up. As a matter of fact, most Sagittarians are known to not even keep a schedule. They don't make plans, they don't make lists, they don't write stuff on their calendar. They just want to be free to do whatever feels good to them in the moment. And because of this, they will have many forgotten appointments, missed deadlines, unfinished projects. It's not that they don't want to do these things, it's just that they don't put it on their calendar, or they don't put it in their phone because they don't want to commit to something, and then that will make them forget. If you do invite a Sagittarius to something, you will most likely notice that they will skate around their answer. They might say something like, oh, I'll try to stop by, or maybe I will get there, or I have to check with my spouse to see what is on our schedule, the schedule that they don't even have. But it's just because they just don't want to give you an answer right now. They are also probably the ones that either waits until the last day to return that wedding invitation thing to say that they're coming, or maybe they don't even return it at all. And then when you try to call them to get their answer, they don't answer the phone either. Sagittarians, I guess I should say, are terrible at responding to text messages, voicemails, emails. They're not being ignorant. It's just that they are afraid that you're going to ask them to do something, and then they're going to have to commit to it. Like if they answer the phone when you call to ask them to go shopping, they have to give you this yes or no. So they want to send you to voicemail, and they want to think about it for a couple days, and then they'll respond. And if they do commit to something, do not be surprised if they just decide to cancel at the last minute. And this is because they just aren't feeling like it, or something glittery and sparkly has attracted their attention. Their life is just always unpredictable. You never know what they're going to do next. They always wonder if the grass is greener on the other side. Like if they're here, they're looking over the fence and they're like, that looks pretty interesting over there, and it's boring here. And then they might go on to the other side of the fence where the grass was greener and it looked great, but they might be even more bored over there. They just don't know. But their curiosity and their impulses take control, and they have to check it out. And Sagittarians do not think before they speak. They are known to put their foot in their mouth quite often. They're very outspoken and blunt, and some people might even call them rude. But this is only because they are just brutally honest. They're very out in the open and straight to the point, and they will tell you exactly what they think of you, and they won't hold back. Sagittarius does not intend to hurt other people's feelings. But because they don't sugarcoat things, it may seem that way to others. And then the Sagittarius is standing there going like, what are you upset about? What did I say something wrong? They are not secretive. They do not hide things, and they lay all of their cards right out on the table. This is me. This is what I am. Take it or leave it. Did you ever hear someone say, I got nothing to hide? They're probably a Sagittarius. If you do need advice, a Sagittarius is a great person to talk to or to ask for help, and they will be more than happy to help you. They're very generous and kind. However, you need to be prepared for the harsh truth, which to me, I think that's great. I would love to, be able to talk to someone and have them give it to me straight. They truly are a great friend to have. They tend to be very popular. They would do a favor for someone and not expect anything in return, like no strings attached. They're going to do it just because they want to help you. They are also known to be very funny, and they always have a good story to tell because they've been everywhere and they've seen everything. And because of this, people just like to have them around. In a relationship with a Sagittarius, of course, it is difficult to get them to commit. They don't like clingy or needy people. It makes them feel closed in, trapped, frustrated. Actually, a couple of the books said that a lot of Sagittariuses are claustrophobic. They do settle down, but it's usually later in life after they've explored the world or, done everything that they wanted to do. When they do choose a life partner, it has to be somebody that is very easygoing. Someone who is either willing to be spontaneous with them or allow them to just be spontaneous on their own. Because a Sagittarius will, decide to take like a tropical vacation the day before. Like, hey, tomorrow I'm going to go to the Bahamas. And the other person's sitting there like, what? Yeah, they'll do it. And because a relationship would make them feel trapped, a lot of them remain single for life. A lot of them don't even have children. They just fear anything that may take away their freedom. And appearance is not a top priority for Sagittarius. They just want someone who is fun and spontaneous. They're known to walk around in, an old pair of jeans and sneakers with their favorite sweatshirt. They just want to be comfortable and they want to be ready for anything. A tip for anyone who might be going on a first date with a Sagittarius: do not mention the word marriage. Do not mention the word children. Do not say that when we move in together, even in the first couple of dates, you will scare them away and they will run. And the best type of date for them would be camping, kayaking, anything that's outdoors. Sagittarians love the outdoors, hiking, and also museums, because we're going to get into that next. They are ruled by higher learning, so they are always on a mission to gain wisdom. They are known to go to school to obtain many certificates, many degrees, and learn many subjects. They're known to be skilled in several topics and also very intelligent. They just love to learn. They are known to be book readers of like educational things, or they would watch a movie maybe that was like a documentary. But they would much rather experience something in real life. Like they would read a book about the Grand Canyon and say, oh, that's really interesting and all that, but they would like to go to the Grand Canyon and see it and experience it that way. In a career, many of them may be involved in writing, publishing, and even television. They are known to change jobs often. A lot of them don't stick to a career for life. They just lose interest in things quickly. They would make great teachers because they're so smart. They would also do well in any type of career that would involve travel, like maybe even an airline pilot or a flight attendant, somebody who works on a cruise ship. They also rule foreign lands, so they may do well communicating with other countries. They would do well in anything that would be outdoors. And being a fire sign, they're not afraid to take any type of risk. So you could go with the stock market or even a professional gambler. The house that's in your chart that is under the sign of Sagittarius, that is where you seek knowledge, and that is what you want to learn more about. This can also be something that you do in a big way. And this is also where you will find your luck. If the 10th house is under Sagittarius, you'll be lucky in your career. If the 7th house is under Sagittarius, you'll be lucky in love. Also, if you are a Sagittarius rising, you can expect a lot of lump sums of money throughout your life. This could be lottery winnings, inheritances, bonuses, just unexpected money to come out of nowhere, blessings. A Sagittarius will most likely never hit rock bottom. A Sagittarius is rarely at home. A lot of people would even say that they live in a tent. They just move so much that even when they move into a place, sometimes they don't even have time to completely unpack before they're moving on to the next thing. Their homes are known to be cluttered, but that's only because that's not a priority for them. They're not interested in that. They got places to go, and they got people to see, and they got things to learn. As far as money goes, it's the typical fire sign thing. I saw the same in Aries and Leo. They're just going to have a lot of ups and downs with their money throughout life. Sagittarians are so unpredictable with their risk-taking and decisions. Like, as long as they're in a job and they're in, a home, like a stable environment, the money will flow and they'll be okay. But if they get bored or they lose interest in something, they may snap and just quit a job or decide to move out. And then this is where their money problem will come into play. I actually know a Sagittarius myself who applied or requested to take vacation because they were going on a long trip somewhere with their company that they had been working for like 5 years. And their request got turned down, and they already had the trip booked, so they quit their job, just like that. I mean, this can bring on, of course, credit card debt, because then the person's saying, oh crap, I'm in a jam, I made a mistake, now what am I going to do? I'm going to have to live off credit cards until I find a new job. They are also attracted to big, expensive, extravagant things. I know I keep doing this, but Sagittarius is big. Jupiter is huge. It's expansion. If they go into a store and they see something over in the corner and it's big and it's huge and it's extravagant and it's got their attention, they just might buy it. Anyway, before I go, a few celebrities with the Sagittarius sun sign, and I have Mark Twain, publisher, right? Book writer, Frank Sinatra, Walt Disney, which I was like, wow, that was pretty cool. Richard Pryor and Steven Spielberg. So lots of good writers there. And talk about doing things in a big way. Anyway, that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching my video about Sagittarius. Subscribe to the channel if you are interested in learning more about astrology, because Capricorn is next. You can hit the little notification bell and you will be notified every time I post a video. Leave me a thumbs up if you resonated with these qualities or this video made sense to you. And don't forget to share it with your Sagittarius friends. Leave the comment below with the percentage rate, please. I would appreciate that. I really enjoy seeing how much these traits and qualities resonate with people. It's very interesting. And if there's a subject in astrology as well, don't forget to comment that below. With that said, I've done enough talking. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon.